Anyone got a pencil? Hello, my name's Mark and I'm the host of the Mixtape podcast, where every week on the show I will ask my guests to make up an imaginary mixtape. They'll give it a title and pick 6 tracks. Track 1, what's going to be your intro track, your attention grabber, your track 1 side one that's going to draw me in and make me want to listen to the rest of your tape. Track 2, pick a song that you sing loud and proud when you're on your own in the car or the shower. Track 3, pick your favourite cover version. Track 4, pick a song you wish you could have played to your 18-year-old self. Track 5, pick a song that you would put on your mixtape to let the listener know that you are romantically interested. And track 6, I'm going to ask them to pick something a little bit obscure, maybe a B-side or an album track. Don't forget to smash that follow or plus sign at the top of the page, and you'll be notified every time there's a new episode. And you can follow me on Instagram at the Mixtape Perf. Hope you enjoy this week's chat. Hello and welcome to another Mixtape show. And today I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Bruce Foxton from The Jam. How are you, Bruce?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Thanks so much for coming on and giving me your time, mate. I really appreciate it. So, from The Jam, Greatest Hits Tour coming to Australia. Farewell tour, mate. Is this the last we're going to see of you down under?
Well, I think never say never, you know. I don't know if that's just a press thing that they put out, but if my health continues to be okay and audiences still want to hear those songs, then why should I shut the door on it all, you know?
Exactly right, mate. And I'm sure, speaking as an audience member and as a fan, I can definitely say that we do still want to hear those songs, mate. Speaking of which, so the clues in the title really, in terms of the set list and what you're going to be playing, Greatest Hits of The Jam. Is that right?
Yeah, greatest hits and a selection of album tracks, probably.
Right, okay. I'll just run through the tour dates very quickly. I've got them in front of me here. So March the 8th, it's the Northcote Theatre in Melbourne. March the 9th, the Tivoli in Brisbane. March the 10th, the Manning Bar in Sydney. March the 13th, the Gov in Adelaide. And saving the best till last, March the 14th, the Astor Theatre in Perth. It's metropolistouring.com for tickets for those. And I know from previous experience that these normally sell out pretty swift. So I'll jump in as soon as you can if I were you for tickets for that. And I was just going to ask you as well, Bruce, about your album, The Butterfly Effect with Russell. Will you be playing any of those tracks on this tour, or is it just purely?
Yeah, we're playing a track called Lula that is going down well live, basically. I mean, the audience don't go as nuts as they do to a Jam song, but then why would they? Because it's new. They haven't heard it before. But yeah, it's getting a good reaction.
It must be difficult with a back catalogue like yours. It must be difficult to just pick a best of kind of greatest hits set list. But I'm going to put you on the spot, Bruce. And if you had to pick 3 Jam tracks, your favourite 3, your top 3, what 3 would you pick, mate?
Well, at the moment, because it would change, in 5 minutes' time, but probably like in the Crowd, I enjoy Tube Station, and probably Gun Underground.
Down in the Tube Station, I think that's. Yeah, I've talked about that on other podcasts that I've done and on my own podcast as well. That was a real sort of defining moment of my music listening childhood. I was only a slip of a lad, but yeah, that really had an effect on me the first time I heard it. With the Butterfly Effect album, that was like a lockdown project, was it? Tell us a little bit about that and how that sort of came about.
Yeah, we were recording in a studio in Brighton, and obviously COVID, everything came to a stop, so we had to put the dates back. Eventually we got the okay to go in the studio, but we were testing each other every time we went in the studio, just to double check that no one had COVID. Because at that time it was still pretty scary, but we put the album on pause really, because we couldn't really get together and work the tunes out. But eventually, once the ban, so to speak, was lifted, we got on, cracked on with it. It was a pleasure. So enjoyable after such a long break to get to playing music.
Incredible artwork as well. I love the artwork for it. Yeah, I love what you've done. For anyone who hasn't seen it, it's like 4 guitar plectrums, 2 red and 2 blue, with like 2 strings, 2 guitar strings down the middle that looks like a butterfly. It looks amazing. I would 100% You can see behind me there. That would go lovely on my wall, that album cover. So yeah, will you be bringing some vinyl and merch and stuff to the gigs when you come down?
I think it's kind of not really cost effective to do that, but we might be doing stuff that via the record company that we can get shirts printed up or whatever. I haven't spoken to
Okay.
Russell yet.
I was just trying to save myself a bit of postage, mate, and pick them up from you at the gig instead of getting them shipped all the way to Australia. But that's all good. That's one of the worst things about living down here is the postage cost. If you want to buy any vinyl or anything like that from outside Australia, it's absolute killer. Yeah, and obviously vinyl records through the post is not always the safest option. But yeah, so I was hoping to grab one off you at the gig, but never mind. Bruce, I noticed as well, like you're touring the UK, you got UK dates going on at the moment. Then you're coming down to Australia and you're touring the UK again. Like you're a busy man. You must be one of the hardest working men, like in show business. Like how do you keep up with that kind of schedule?
It's knackering, basically. It's something we had to address because Russ had a couple of stents put in last year, and I had cancerous lymph node, which they removed, and fingers crossed, hopefully everything's all right.
Mm-hmm.
So we just thought, hang on, let's ease up a bit. Let's make it, well, yeah, let's ease up a bit because now we're doing a couple of shows a week, which is fine, it's manageable. But doing 4 or 5, and because of the nature of the band and the songs, it's not a walk in the park. It's very energetic, and it takes its toll how busy we are. I mean, it's nice that we can do that.
Yeah, you're not exactly sitting there on stools strumming acoustic guitars, are you? I'm sure the energy levels.
We do that. We do that.
Just like as like a little break. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Good idea. That's a good idea. That actually, yeah. I saw Bad Manners a few weeks ago, and Buster Bloodvessel did a similar sort of thing. He had a sort of a mid-set sort of break while the other lads did like a couple of instrumental numbers. Fantastic gig. That was amazing. Yeah, Bad Manners he's still got it, old Buster. Yeah, it was superb.
He's a nice guy because our paths cross in the UK quite often. The festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, get on all right with it.
Like when I interviewed him, he asked me what the best pie shops were in Perth.
That sounds like.
Yeah, it was great crack. Yeah, it was good. I met him after the show as well. Yeah, he was a good bloke. Yeah, it was really, really good to meet him. Okay, Bruce, I'm going to spring this on you a little bit, mate, because normally I send this out beforehand, but don't always have time. So my radio show and podcast is called The Mixtape. And what I normally do is when guests come on, I ask them to kind of imagine they're making a mixtape or a playlist or, burning a CD compilation or whatever, and to pick a few tracks for it. So in the sort of short time we got left, I'll fire those categories at you. So when I make up a mixtape or a playlist, Bruce, I always go in with like a killer track, like an attention grabber or something that's going to, really kick it off in fine style. So if you were making up a mixtape like that, like what sort of track what would be your intro, your attention grabber?
Probably something from The Who, My Generation.
That's a great one. So I did one, I think it was the last interview I did, someone picked One Get Fooled Again. But yeah, My Generation, doesn't get any more classic than that. And like you say, superb choice as an attention grabber, track one. That would definitely draw me in. Track two, Bruce, is what's a song that you sort of sing loud and proud when you're on your own in the car or the shower, mate?
Well, I don't do that.
All right, we'll skip over that one. Track four, a song you wish you could have played to your 18-year-old self.
Waterloo Sunset.
Yeah, that's a great one. What sort of stuff were you listening to when you were 18, Bruce?
A lot of Motown.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah.
My middle brother, because it was 3 brothers, and one sadly died. So I called him the middle brother. He was great. He was an original mod for a start. So he would go to local clubs and stuff, and Motown was top of the list what they were playing, and he would bring stuff home, like albums home. But on one occasion, he bought the best of the 4 Tops, I think it was, which he played to death. It was reel to reel. Yeah. I was just getting interested in the guitar, and we had a little reel to reel recorder. And I sort of thought, I want to tape what I'm playing. So the machine had a tape on it, just pressed record and the play button, wobbled on it, warbled on it. And it was only after about a minute that I realised I was recording over his greatest hits,
Oh no!
four
Oh
top
no!
songs.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? You know, it's like, oh, walk away, Renee. And then there's me going, you
I imagine he would have noticed.
know. Yeah, it wasn't seamless, that's for sure.
And the jam, when you were very first starting out in the jam and playing the working men's clubs and whatnot around Woking, that's the sort of stuff you used to do, right? When you were
Yeah.
very first starting out,
Yeah,
like
we were on
songs.
after the bingo, you know, or the meat raffle draw, you know.
Yeah, yeah, we still have them. They're popular in Australia. The meat raffles, we still have them. We have them all the time.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, yeah, we have them all the time. Yeah. Okay, track 5, Bruce, of your mixtape. And normally, when we've all done it, when you make up a mixtape and you're trying to let someone know that you're sort of romantically interested. What's a song you'd put on there to let the listener know that you're sort of romantically keen?
I'm not in love.
Oh, someone else picked that not long ago, actually. You're the second person to pick that. I'm trying to think who it was now. I've done so many of these, I can't remember. Classic love song. School disco classic.
Yeah.
Last song of the night. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. That's what I was doing and getting this girl up to dance with me. Well, I can't dance to save my life. You won't be seeing me on
Yeah.
Strictly.
Yeah.
But
Same.
go round in circles, really. But when that track came on, I sort of got up and thought, give it a go. We ended
Yeah.
up going out with each other for a while.
Oh, nice.
Anyway,
Good work, mate. It's worked for you then. It's worked for you. Track 6, something that's like obscure, maybe a B-side or an album track or something like that. What's maybe a jam album track or B-side that you really, really like, Bruce?
that's entertainment.
Am I right in thinking that you 18 years old when that was written? Is that right?
Because I'd have been 20, so yeah, it would have been
Yeah,
about that.
yeah. Like for me, like that staggers me. Like that maturity of songwriting at that age is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I was knocked out really when we started to do From the Jam. I was obviously revisiting, stroke learning
Yeah,
the
yeah,
songs, and I was obviously because I was in the comfort of my own home and strumming, and I paid more attention to the lyrics, and it was like you just said, amazing for like a
yeah,
18
yeah,
20-year-old
yeah,
to come up and
yeah, yeah. It's just I think of that like as someone who sort of grew up wanting to get away from where I was living. Obviously, as you can probably tell from my accent, I ain't an Aussie, mate. I'm from Essex originally, and growing up around there and feeding ducks in the park and wishing I was far away.
yeah,
Constant like that lyric stays with me like always. Like that's how I used to feel like just walking around the streets in the town centre that I grew up in, just thinking there's somewhere better than this. Do you know what I mean? There must be. Yeah, and that lyric, that's one of my all-time favourite lyrics. So yeah, that's entertainment. Yeah, it's superb. Was that never a single, Bruce?
it was an import.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. Rightio. Yeah. 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 Okay.
But
All right.
again, it's a great track live to do.
It might have been one of the early songs I learned to play on the guitar because there's not that many chords, is there? It's a pretty easy one. It's a pretty
Yeah.
easy one to play on the guitar, and yeah, it might have been one of my first goes at learning a song on the guitar. That one, yeah. Okay. On that note, Bruce Foxton, thanks so much for coming on the show. I really, really appreciate your time, mate. Cannot wait to see you at the Astor Theatre in Perth on March the 14th. MetropolisTouring.com for tickets. Get on there soon because they will sell out super quick. Thanks, Bruce. See you soon, mate. When you get down
Thanks
under,
a lot,
can't wait.
mate.
See you
Thank
later.
you.
That was the Mixtape podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to jump up to the top of the page and smash that follow button, and you'll be notified every time there's a new episode. Or follow me on Instagram at the Mixtape Perth. Till the next time.